is Bill having regrets or what? Because I'm confused at this point. He was quiet the whole freaking episode. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review with Life with Chelsea. This for the bold and beautiful January 17th, 2023. Okay, so I'm confused. Is Bill having regrets? Did Katie almost get through to him? Or, you know, is he harboring a secret? Like, what? I'm not convinced that he in love with this lady. I'm not convinced he in love with her. Is he trying to get rid of Sheila for good or whatever? That's what. Listen, I told y'all. I don't know. Okay, so Katie says that Sheila has done something to Bill. She like, I could tell, and she keep on repeating that she knows him better than anybody. She's like, Sheila has, I could tell she's done something to you or whatever, and she was like, he doesn't have to hold her hostage. Oh, she doesn't have to hold him hostage and everything. And Katie was questioning Bill, said she'll never accept him and Sheila was like, "You gonna have to, you have no choice or whatever." And Bill's the whole time he looked like he about to cry. And I was like, Bill, just tell us what's going on. Give us a hint or something. Go have a secret meeting and tell them you on their side or you starting to have regret and y'all come up with a plan or something because I'm like, okay. By the end of the episode, I'm like, okay, Bill, what's really going on? Because the entire time, instead of he could have easily, you know how he told Steffi, he took his precious time telling Steffi and Taylor or whatever that he loves Sheila and stuff. Just like he took his precious time telling Katie to get out, that she had to go or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, something's off with this whole storyline. Something's up, y'all. But yeah, Bill look like he about to cry. Finn says he'll never let Sheila near them or their family and everything. As Liam and Hope arrive, and I said at least Liam knocked, but nobody said come in though. No, he still got a key, but yeah, at least he had the decency to knock, but nobody said come in. I said they just be knocking. They don't wait till you open the door. They don't wait till you say come in or nothing. But Liam and Hope want to know how Sheila was set free and everything. And they want to know what happened. And Steffy says, your father happened. So Katie, they show Katie. Katie wants Bill to pick up the phone and call the police or whatever. And I was like, well, at this point, I don't know if they could. I keep saying it, but I don't know if they can actually do that. Like, can they do that? Like, can he pick up the phone and say, wait a minute, to call the police? He wouldn't be the one to call. Well, he has the judge in his back pocket though, so maybe he could actually. Maybe I didn't think about that. Maybe he actually could have her put back in jail because he knows the judge. And apparently, if you bribe somebody or give them what they want, you could do anything. So I was like, maybe he can actually do that. Pick up the phone and call and have her put. But wouldn't she blackmail him then and say she gonna have Taylor and Lee and all these other people that's connected to him put in jail as well because he don't let her in on the secret now. You know, so I'm like, okay, now he don't put himself in a situation unless he got a plan like I did the other video. Check that out if y'all haven't already. I was like, okay, what's really going on? But yeah, Katie wants Bill to pick up the phone and call the police. She repeats she knows him better than anybody, and Sheila just watching and stuff. Bill quiet the whole time. And I was like, Bill, if you don't say something to at least defend Sheila, if you ain't gonna defend Sheila, say something that lets her know, okay, you actually on Stephanie's side. He ain't saying diddly freaking squat. I said he giving off like what's it called? Vibes that let you know that he's up to something or something like that. I don't know. Y'all comment down below. What y'all think? Y'all think he up to? I gotta check my comment section too because some reason it's not set to show the messages. Some messages coming through. I mean comments coming through. Some aren't. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, she keep on saying she know him better than anybody. Katie reminded Bill of Sheila's action, talking about everything she's done. Talking about what about your granddaughter Kelly? Kelly, she was gonna leave her without a mother. I said he don't care. Steffi already done told him that. I feel like Katie almost got through to him. I was like, did she almost get through to him, or did was that a moment where he was like he wanted to tell her so bad what he's up to? But I don't know, y'all. Ain't no way. I don't know. Maybe he really do want Sheila. No, I take that back. I was about to say maybe he do want Sheila or whatever. But the whole time, his whole little interaction with Katie, I was like, okay, I'm not convinced that he wants Sheila. At first, I was like, maybe he actually do want her. You know, maybe he do. But then the whole time, like, if you just defended Sheila to Steffi now and told her you love her, you could have easily told Katie. Especially since Katie ain't even Brooke. Brooke is the one you really want. Katie and Sheila both was talking as if Katie was his choice. That was the backup plan. She was the backup plan. So why y'all keep talking like this man wanted her? He wanted Brooke. Let's see how he gonna respond to Brooke, cause he almost had a little hissy fit over here about to break down, and Sheila just watching. Sheila know. I know she ain't blind. I was like, he over here getting all emotional. He actually did cry. I was about to say he about to cry for the longest. The whole time Katie talking to him, he about to cry or whatever. Then he finally let some tears fall, and I was like, well, Brooke come over there, the one he really wants. I don't know, Sheila, you might be in trouble with that because Brooke is the one he actually wants. Nobody mentioned it. Brooke didn't, not Brooke, Katie didn't mention it, Sheila didn't mention it. She talking about you left him and all in this house alone. You was too weak. I said, actually, he wanted her sister, but I guess we ain't gonna talk about that part. You just gonna let him go scot free or whatever, and not mention the fact that he didn't want Katie for real. But yeah, um, Katie was reminded Bill. Excuse me, I forgot to say that. Katie reminded Bill of Sheila's actions. Then she was like telling him to protect them from Sheila and stuff, and just keep on. And come on, we know you. She keep talking about she know how he is about his family and everything. Then they show Steffy and them again. Steffi said she couldn't let her mom go to jail, and she trying to explain things to Hope and Liam about why they didn't press charges, and he was like, he knows, and she used to like explaining why, her mama regrets that was a horrible night for her. I said everybody would say this. Ain't Sheila saying the same thing? I bet y'all say I ain't on nobody's side, y'all. I'm not on nobody's side. But I was like, wasn't Sheila telling y'all the same thing? She's better now. She's changed. She's not the same person. Nah, she could easily say the same thing. She been saying it, but y'all don't believe her. Granted, Taylor ain't going around acting like Sheila. That's probably why though. But yeah, she was like she couldn't let her mama go to jail, and Leon like, oh, we understand. We was there. We was all there. We all know. But did Finn? I can't remember. Was Finn the one? And I just watched the episode. Lord, I got a bad memory. Was Finn the one that said only a few people know about what really happened that night, or was it Steffi? And I was like, I was thinking about that. So is that why they didn't bring up when Katie was asking about the blackmail, and Finn was like, he's not gonna get into the details. So do she not know that Taylor was the one that shot him? I was like, dog, made me want to go back and watch the doggone episodes because I forgot myself. I thought everybody had knew, but I guess not. But yeah, Bill says he'll never he's trying to let Katie know that he'll never let anything. Hopefully y'all can hear that noise. It's a noise in my ear, in my little earphone things. Bill says he'll never let anything happen to his kids. I'll never let anything. That's the only thing, aside from telling Katie she got to go, that he said or whatever. He was emotional. Like, I'm like, okay, he real emotional. And that's not even who he wanted. But they said Brooke makes a bold move. I was like, okay, is she gonna try to kiss Bill? Is she gonna approach Sheila? Like, what is it? I was like, maybe if Katie almost got through to him, which it looked like she almost did, then Brooke might actually get through to him, or enough to let her know, if he is coming up with a plan, or has a plan. But yeah, he said he'll never let anything happen to his kids. I said you can't predict that, and especially if you go over here trying to come up with a plan against Sheila, she gonna try to take everybody out. Sheila gonna try to get everybody if he do got a plan. But Sheila tells Katie she can't tell Bill who to be with, that they building the future together and everything. And Bill's still on hush mode. He's still quiet and everything. But yeah, I was like, Sheila had a point because um you can't, number one, tell, and you can't keep using, and I talked about that later in my notes, but we're gonna talk about it now. You can't keep using your son every time they have a conversation. We have a son together. What about Will? And I was like, lady, if you don't know about, and now that it don't matter if you have kids by these folks, they don't care, then I don't know when you gonna learn that lesson. But she never fails to mention, what about our son? My son. Then she would trip me out. She started talking about being around Will. Will's at boarding school, but that's still his home. That's what Katie said, that's still his home. And she was like, I'm not gonna let you anywhere near my son, and Bill won't either. I said, Bill gone with the wind. I said, Bill gone with the wind or whatever. But yeah, they just going back and forth, and this man ain't saying nothing. But Katie wants Bill to tell Sheila that she's right about everything, that he's gonna turn her in, that he won't let her harm them, he's gonna protect them, and all this other extra stuff. And she can't believe that Bill and Sheila are a couple. She told me, I don't believe it. I said, what you don't believe that I ain't gonna say he chose her over her because the last person he tried to get with was Katie. But that was already after he got rejected by Brooke. And Brooke told him Ridge was the one she wanted. But like I said, they never showed him finding out that Brooke was single, that she rejected Ridge or whatever. They never showed. They actually had a spoiler. That's why we can't believe these spoilers. They actually had a spoiler that said that Bill was gonna turn in Deacon to get on Brooke's good side and everything. But that never happened. Never happened. They came up with this whole little storyline or whatever. But it's interesting because we don't know what's really going on. We can only say, oh, we can only play the guessing game. But yeah, Katie can't believe they're a couple. Jose says out of all the women in the world, why she? I said, look, we all in agreement. Stop, my hand hurt. I said we all in agreement because out of all the women in the world, why Sheila? Then for us not to have got, the back, not the backstory, because they keep talking about it on certain episodes about how this came about. But I like to see stuff. I don't like you to tell me nothing. I want to see it. I want to see it repeatedly, not repeatedly, but I want to see it or whatever. But yeah, I said, hope we all in agreement. You, us, Steffi. Like Steffi said the same thing. Everybody saying the same thing. Why Sheila? I was like, man, this man got to be something going on. Something got to be going on. I don't know. But Liam they all in disbelief. They all talking about Bill and Sheila and everything. Excuse me. And Leon's like he wants to talk to Bill, and they let him know that Katie's over there right now. And Steffi was saying like, okay, Katie knows. She was like, Katie knows that they depending on her to get through the Bill. And I said, well, lady, she ain't gonna be able to get through to him. It looked like she almost did, but I was like, this man seemed like he got his mind made up. But on today's episode, I'm not so sure he does have his mind made up, or if he's starting to have regrets and everything. But yeah, she's like, and I was like, okay. When she revealed that she failed, what's gonna be the plan then? Because Steffi also says this week that she taking Bill and Sheila down. And I was like, well, how you gonna do that without taking your mama down and Lee down too? It's a domino effect. Like, how y'all gonna get out of this? Bill gonna have to team up with them or something. Because listen, everybody gonna be in jail. I keep saying it, but Sheila and Katie going back and forth as Bill watches and is silent. And I said, why is he so quiet? Like that implies that you don't feel that way. That you literally just told Sheila that you love her in front of Steffy and Taylor. Now you're on hush mode in front of your ex-wife, your baby mama, or whatever. And I'm like, he started walking around. I'm like, okay, Bill finna get ready to tell Katie to get out because regardless, I already read the spoiler that says, again, spoilers don't always be true, but I had already read the spoiler that says he finna get ready to turn his back on his family and everything. So, yeah. So I'm like, okay. They started going back and forth. Sheila telling Katie that she gave up the best man and all this. I said, she didn't give up nothing. I said, okay, we're gonna get to that part because I don't want to get too far ahead. But yeah, he's stuck on silence. He on silent mode. Somebody turn him on. Sheila tells Katie she had her chance and everything, and I was like, well, aren't neither one of y'all mentioning that he wanted Brooke? Now, Katie, if you really don't want him, I said, now, Katie, if you really don't want him, why are you talking like it's still your house? Granted, she only rejected him because he wanted her sister, but still. But she was like, tell her to get out. And then she was like, remember over there, like we had our son here. He took his first walks over there. And I was like, lady, let it go. Let it go, lady. And I said, yeah, she still got a thing for Bill. Cut the crap. And I was like, it's always gonna be Bill for her. Always. Carter, just pack your bags up, sir. She wants him. She wants him. Otherwise, like, cause somebody pointed out that she didn't let Carter come. And she was like, she need to talk to him by herself. And I was like, well, she kind of did almost get through to him. I was like, maybe it's a good thing that Carter didn't come because he would have got upset because then he would have brought up the fact that she chose Carter over him, but technically he gave her away. He gave her away, not like she property or anything, but the way he treated her, you would think that, or whatever. But yeah, neither one of them was like, okay, Bill chose Brooke. That's really the reason. That and she was like, he hasn't changed, but now she over here talking about something, telling him, I know you're a great father, you're a great person, and all this. And I was like, have you seen the same Bill? Have we been looking at the same Bill and everything? One of the reasons, the other half of the reason why you left him in to begin with is because of his actions, and because of Brooke and his actions. So why are you over here feeding him this old bull crap? I don't know. But yeah, Katie said Sheila is using Bill and he's still quiet. Like I said, the whole episode he was quiet. The man didn't say nothing. And I was like, can Sheila tell? I feel like Sheila can tell that Bill doubtful because he wouldn't be so quiet if otherwise. Because as Katie telling him to say something, Sheila telling him to say something. He's not saying dilly freaking squat. I don't know why I keep saying it, but yeah, he's not saying nothing or whatever. He on hush mode. He like Ridge, but he actually going further to be silent without saying anything than Ridge. I feel like, or whatever. But they both trying to get him to say something or whatever. And Sheila keep looking at him, and I said she could tell he doubtful. Even at the end of the episode, when after he tell Katie to go, she's gonna wipe his tears and everything, and like thank you for doing it for me. And instead of reminding him that she's never had that, and trying to remind him that they walked out on him and stuff like that. And I was like, lady, is you really in love with this man? Is you that far gone or that desperate like he is that you don't see that he don't want you? Because he, first of all, he could have told her on yesterday episode. Granted, that is how they write the show or whatever. He could have told her on yesterday episode she got to go. But this whole episode, he ain't said nothing. He finally told her she had to go, but he was crying. Like so you could tell that was a sign that he didn't really, sorry for yelling. That was a sign that he didn't really want to do it or whatever. So I'm like, man. But it is interesting because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if Bill's starting to have regrets. We don't know if Bill had this plan all along. Bill looked like he about to break down just with Katie. And again, we all should know. Well, some of you may not agree with me, which is cool. But I believe that if he could sit up here and almost break down for Katie and she's not the one he truly wants, how will he react when Brooke comes? Will he be able to fight back the tears then? Because, he was crying over here with Katie. She almost got through to him or something. Something going on, man. And she'll keep on reminding him, and everybody could just keep touching this doggone sword and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. But, let's see. Sheila tells Katie to leave. She tells Sheila to leave. And, Sheila started talking about, son, you left him in his house, and that's when they was going back and forth and everything. And I said, well, Sheila, Katie has always wanted Bill, but he the one keep messing up, so it's on him. It's on him. Katie tries to get through to Bill. He act like he fighting to stand by Sheila. He act like he fighting to stand beside Sheila and be on her side and everything, like it's a struggle, like he's struggling or whatever. And I was like, man, something going on. But Katie never fails to mention their child together, but I already talked about that. She gonna always say, we have a child together. Katie begging Bill to put Sheila out, but he tells Katie to leave. I said, oop. I was like, he was reluctant though. He was reluctant to put her out. It took him too long to put her out. I said, Sheila, he don't want you. But granted, I feel like she don't want him either. She just using him because he blackmailed Steffy now or whatever, and he got the judge, and so he capable of doing anything if he bought the judge. But why he couldn't get himself out of jail though? How he helped keep her from going to jail, but he couldn't keep himself out of jail? How that happened? But yeah, he was reluctant to put that good out. He was crying and everything. I said, so what's really going on? Sheila thanks Bill and says that she feels truly loved, but Bill over there crying. They show her hugging him, then they show his face. Based on his facial expression, the man he got regret, or he's up to something, or he just crying, like he's dropping tears, he's holding his head down like he couldn't look Katie in her eyes and stuff. And I was like, man, Bill, just tell us, give us a clue, Bill, do a little flashback or something. But the fact that I don't understand, unless he's trying to do something or make it so she gets put away for good. I don't understand because he set up the camera in the office, made sure they did all that. I was like, so I'm gonna go with the fact that maybe he's starting to have regret. That's what I'm gonna stick with until I'm giving until I'm giving other evidence. I'm gonna say that he having regrets until they show like, oh, he actually has a bigger plan or whatever. I'm gonna say he having regrets because of how he interacted with Katie. But how do y'all think once Brooke goes to see him, how do y'all think he's gonna react with her? If he over here shedding tears for Katie, someone that he just said was his second option, basically, that he really wanted Brooke, how do y'all think he's gonna react when Brooke goes to see him? Do y'all think that Brooke's gonna go see him, or is she gonna go have a talk with Sheila or whatever? They long overdue for a talk anyway after what Sheila done did. Because I only think, well, yeah, I think she did get a chance to go when Sheila was locked up the first time to tell her about herself. But yeah, comment down below what y'all thought of this episode. Until next time, deuces. Don't forget to, I should say that before I said deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.